dalej. Zawał.
Hey travelers! If you love wildlife, adventure and places that take your breath away, you're in the right place. Leave a subscription, give a paw up and write in the comments if Khao Sok would also be on your bucket list. And if you want to help us grow this channel, be sure to share the video further. That way more people will see this beauty with us. We motor across the bridge and then drive into the interior of the Thai jungle. Along the road stretches a plantation of rubber trees. On each one, a small incision and a suspended bowl. This is how natural latex is extracted, a white, viscous liquid that flows from the trunk like resin. The process is simple but precise. The tree is incised gently, early in the morning, so as not to harm the plant. The latex drips throughout the day and once dried, goes to a processing plant where it is turned into the rubber we know from tires, gloves, or erasers. The rubber forests here are a testament to the harmony between man and nature, a tradition that lives on to this day.
Jadymy tam dalej, czy pierdolimy to?
Kauczuki, chyba to nie zabiega, nie?
Dobra, to tymczymy, jadymy tu. Kauczuki są. Tylko wiele kauczuka.
Deszcze jako czy?
Nie. Kauczuk. Ile mrówek tu zapierdala.
Kurwa, że tego nie urwać. Pomacane. Fajnie pachnie, nie?
To taka jadymy. Ciekawe, no.
Uważaj, bo nadrzecie na tej trowie właśnie.
Ja wiem, właśnie staram się. Ale obejść się jakiś widok tu mamy. Pięć to cały dom. A tu łapie plantacja marihuany. Nie godzę 2 razy, tak może być. Bananowce, patrz.
Biofarm.
Banany, yeah.
The camera soars through the air. From below, a tarmac road disappears, winding like a snake through a dense, tropical landscape. On either side, rows of palm trees, greenery that literally engulfs the horizon. And then, suddenly, a vast panorama opens up before your eyes. Mountain peaks rise out of the mist, valleys are covered by intact jungle and blue lakes reflect the sky like mirrors. Welcome to Khao Sok, one of the oldest rainforests in the world. Older than the Amazon. It is a sacred place where time has stood still, where sky, water and earth form a unity. Here everything lives, breathes and pulsates with the rhythm of nature. The forests remember the days of the dinosaurs, and wild gibbons, elephants, even leopards still hide in their shade. Khao Sok is not just a national park, it is the living heart of Thailand. We leave the motorbikes and set off on foot. The path, although well prepared, begins to climb gently. Each step means more and more light, sparser greenery, and a wider horizon. There is a light mist in the air, typical of mornings in the tropics, and with it the smell of damp earth and leaves. Not only our bodies but also our emotions are rising, because somewhere inside you feel that something extraordinary is about to happen. After a few minutes of walking, the path abruptly ends and a view opens up in front of us that will take your breath away. Cheow Lan Lake, a vast, turquoise lake, spilling between the mountains, as if the sky itself had settled into the valley. The water is calm, without a single wave. Limestone rocks and clouds are reflected on its surface, as if nature is trying to paint its own picture. You look and are not sure, is it reality or a dream? In the background, boundless waves of green stretch out. The dense jungle flows down the slopes of the mountains as if it were about to fall into the water. Somewhere in the distance you can see individual trees, growing taller than the rest, like sentinels of this ancient land. Nothing can be heard, only the wind, and maybe somewhere far away the calls of birds. And near the very top, something special. Several large metal bells suspended from a wooden structure. You approach and touch one of them. A quiet, deep tone spreads through the area. Not like a noise, but like a pulse, like a whisper, like a prayer. It sounds as if the mountains are responding. As if this whole forest has a soul and you've just woken it up. These bells are a symbol of man's spiritual connection to nature. In Thai culture, it's an act of gratitude for life, for the journey, for a moment of communion with something greater than ourselves. And really, you stand there, look at the boundless space, breathe fully and feel that you are exactly where you are supposed to be. Not before, not after. Exactly now. A moment that stays in your memory forever, and perhaps also in the heart.
Tu, nie wiem, czy tam do nich... Idziemy. Sideboard. Ile przyjechali? 1,5 godziny?
No, godzina by coś
My wczoraj mieli kupić banany, jak małpy były. Kurwa. No teraz już jest fajnie, bo przedtem było chujowo. Schowaj ten portfel, ja? Co na tych ruskach tam woda?
Co? A, myślała, że jesteśmy z Rosji.
A, no i wszystko mylą, kurde, nie wiem czemu nas.
Po języku mamy podobny.
No Ukraina, Rosja,
Ale Polska już ma to.
ale ryb, ja
Ja,
pierdolę.
to jeździ fajnie.
No ja, patrz ile ryb tu jest.
We get into the boat. The engine fires up with a distinctive growl and we slowly move away from the shore. The water, dark, emerald, calm as a sheet of glass. As we swim further out, everything around us becomes quiet. The sounds of people and engines stay behind us. In front of us is only the boundlessness, a space that cannot be described in words. On either side of the lake, gigantic limestone rocks rise out of the water, vertical walls, reaching tens of meters up. Their peaks disappear into low-hanging clouds, as if nature had deliberately hidden their secrets from us. We swim deeper. The water becomes even clearer and the greenery around us more intense. It is here that you can see what Khao Sok really is. This park is not just forests and mountains. It is one of the most biodiverse places in the world. Rainforests that have survived the ice ages. Hundreds of species of birds, reptiles, and insects live here. Monkeys leap in the treetops, and you can sometimes hear the calls of gibbons, whose voices echo over the rocks. The water we use was created by the Rajaprabha Dam, built in the 1980s. An artificial lake was created that flooded the valleys and former villages. Today, however, this place has become a sanctuary for nature and at the same time a haven of peace for people. With every minute of the cruise, the landscape changes. 1 minute we are sailing through an open space, the next we are entering narrow passages between rocks. These gorges resemble natural corridors, as if we are moving into another world, a world millions of years ago. I look at the water. For a moment you can see fish swimming just below the surface. Somewhere between the rocks, quietly, a colorful heron flits by. The air smells of wet earth, trees, sometimes as if a little incense. It is a scent that cannot be forgotten. The smell of the real, wild Asia. Time does not exist here. We are floating, and I feel as if every second is stretched into infinity. There is no coverage. There is no message. There is no running. There is only the here and now. Nature in its purest form. No special effects, and yet it looks like the most beautiful film.
tak wolno płyną wszyscy.
Finally, a small bay appears on the horizon. In it, floating cottages, accommodation on the water, wooden bungalows with palm leaf roofs attached to piers. Next to it, a restaurant built on stilts. The boat comes to a slow stop. We bounce a foot off the shore. The engine falls silent. Silence fills the space again. We shed our clothes and jump straight into the water. It is warm, pleasant, perfect. The fish are circling around, huge, curious, as if they already know hundreds of tourists. We feed them to the corn and they almost jump out of the water, catching pieces straight from our hands. Then a rest. We lie on the platform, wet, warmed by the sun. Above us, the sky without limits. And then, as if for balance, the wind breaks. The first drops fall on the surface. A warm, tropical rain. Within minutes, the sky darkens. We return to the boat. We set off on the return journey. The rain soaks everything, but nobody cares. This is Khao Sok. Here rain is a blessing, the last chord of the day, and the perfect ending to this trip.
Restauracja na wozie. Co tam jest? Te domki pod wynajem.
Zrobiłem krem, tylko jest słaby był. To jest tak gorąco. Teraz kupiłem rękawiczki.
If this video has moved you at least for a moment to the heart of Khao Sok, please leave a subscription and like the video. Write in the comments if you'd like to come here and which moment moved you the most. And most importantly, share the video with your friends. Help us develop this channel. Because this is our project together, traveling, adventuring and sharing the beauty of this world. See you in the next beautiful place.